What's up guys, it's Ruben from Camilla68 Cougar. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. And if you're just watching the channel, please make sure to subscribe too as well. I'm excited to talk to you guys about a new part that I just received, and it's sort of been in the works for a while. So just to take a step back, we all know that our vehicles, weight is just a problem from classic cars all the way to modern day cars. So the most weight you can take off as well from yourself, but also your car too, you can also make it a little bit faster. Now, I'm not necessarily going to be racing my car, but I just want to extract as much potential out of my vehicle with the engine combination that I'm going with at the moment. So I thought, hey, let's take a look at some options to drop some weight for the car. So, as you guys know, we've had a lot of options with Drivelines recently. As you guys know, with the stock drive shafts, the steel ones for the 68 Cougars and Mustangs and other vehicles, they just weigh a lot, and that actually kills you, spinning the tires. It robs you of horsepower because of the spinning inertia that you guys have. So, I didn't know the actual weight on my 68 Cougar of the drive shaft, and I have no idea where it's at. I took that thing out years ago, probably over a decade ago, and it must be sitting somewhere in my parents' storage, but I didn't get a chance to actually weigh this thing. But what I ended up doing is I went online to take a look at what more or less things weighed for 68 Mustangs, Cougars. I couldn't find an exact answer, so what I ended up doing is looking up a 91 Mustang, the Fox body ones, the V8, and that's how I get an idea more or less of what these drive shafts weigh. So this particular drive shaft weighs, for the Fox bodies, weighs about 19 to 20 pounds. The Cougar, I believe that might have a slightly longer wheelbase and a longer drive shaft, so it's probably sitting at about 22, 23, maybe even 25 pounds for the steel stock drive shaft. So that's one option there. Then you have an option for the most popular ones, the aluminum drive shafts, and that shaves a substantial amount of weight. If you think about it, and I said about 20 to 22, maybe even 25 pounds for a stock steel drive shaft for the Cougar. On the aluminum ones, you drop a significant amount of weight, in my opinion. So it's somewhere between 7 to 8, and maybe even 9 pounds difference when you look at a aluminum drive shaft. And then the third option that we have is the now really cool carbon fiber drive shafts. Now, I've personally been watching a lot of F1 lately, and I got into it during COVID a lot, thanks to Netflix. But, a lot of their vehicles are super high tech, totally out of my league completely. But you guys gotta love all that carbon fiber that's on those vehicles. And same thing with racing like NASCAR, IMSA, GT3, you name it. All these cars have tons of carbon fiber. So these drive shafts now come in carbon fiber, and they're a little bit lighter weight than the aluminum drive shafts, but they're actually a lot stronger. They weigh a little less, but compare from steel to carbon fiber, there's a huge difference there. So anyways, that's the three options there. Let's take a look at what I got for Camilla68 Cougar. Alright guys, this is probably a dead giveaway, but we're just going to go ahead and run with it. If you're sleeping under a rock, this is brand new to you, but if you don't know what QA1 makes, then you're in for a really nice treat. So let's go ahead and open up this bad boy. So let's flip this over here. Okay, as always, I don't think there's ever an issue now with folks packaging items, so that's very good. Anyways, got sticker. Here's the cool part here, guys. Just toss this out here. Check out this beauty. This is a carbon fiber drive shaft from QA1. Let's talk about it. This is a carbon fiber drive shaft from QA1. Now you might be asking yourself, what the hell, why did you get one of these for? A couple things, okay? Aluminum drive shafts, or even the steel drive shafts, they obviously the steel one weighs more, then you got the aluminum drive shaft too that still weighs a little bit more than these carbon fiber drive shafts. But if you guys have noticed, companies sell drive shaft safety loops, and essentially that's to protect your vehicle as much as possible when these drive lines fail. Because if you guys seen even friends, or if you guys seen on the internet, some guys' drive line rips, or the aluminum one fails, and then that thing is just sitting there doing this in the tunnel and just wreaking havoc in your drive shaft tunnel. With these carbon fiber drive shafts, these are a lot different. If you guys know anything about carbon fiber, you know that carbon fiber tends to shatter. Okay, it's super strong material, but when it does break, it does shatter. So I figured, hey, you know what? If that catastrophic event ever happened in my lifetime, I'd rather take this shattering than a aluminum drive shaft or steel drive shaft just ripping that tunnel to pieces, and possibly even further messing other stuff up in the vehicle. So I worked really close with QA1 on this drive shaft. Definitely, if you guys are thinking about, an aftermarket drive shaft or one of these, or even an aluminum one, make sure you guys quadruple check your measurements, because it's very important, especially if these are custom built drive shafts. Now, with some of the later model vehicles, like the late model Mustangs or even the Fox bodies, you can buy the aluminum ones and even these carbon fiber ones already fit to length, so you don't have to calculate anything here. But I had to calculate on my Cougar, just because they don't make these for Cougars, and especially the rear differential and the suspension setup that I have, they just don't make one off the shelf. So you have to measure it, and then when you fill out that customization form, you send that out to QA1, and then somebody responds to you, okay, this looks good, or if they have questions, they'll ask you. So they do double check their order forms, and they do respond to you before they send you out to the distributor for ordering, which is really cool, because I was super nervous about that. These things are pretty pricey, so again, measure quadruple times there. And then from there, I want to send a big shout out to Industrial Misfits. Thank you so much for helping me obtain one of these pieces of beauty. I'm not really a jewelry person per se, but when it comes to Camila 68 Cougar, I am dressing her up a little bit more and buying her a little bit more bling. And specifically, the bottom of the undercarriage of the Cougar has been painted the same color as the exterior, which is avalanche gray. So coupled with the paint scheme that I have with the suspension parts, the radical IRS, if you could still call that nowadays, IRS in a Cougar, I wanted one more element of surprise underneath the car, and this just fit the bill for this. Like I said, I got some inspiration with racing vehicles, F1, IMSA, GTLM, all that good stuff. So as I was thinking about another aha moment, I looked further to these aluminum I looked at drive shafts, thought about aluminum, and then I ultimately made a decision to go with carbon fiber. And I'm 100% pleased with the build quality of this. It just looks super high tech, and I can't wait to actually mount this bad boy. But before we get there, just to take a look at this here, this has a billet. This has a billet U-joint here that goes in there. This is it's a rock solid piece of a billet. I don't expect anything less than that there. On the other side here, and you can see how easy I maneuver this thing, it just does not weigh anything. On this side here, they give you a billet aluminum slip yoke too as well. Originally and this is a pretty solid piece, and it's black, that's pretty cool. Another cool part about this is the side of this piece, I definitely recommend to get it since you're already getting a drive shaft, whether it's this one or aluminum one. But when I finally got the order in and I got a tracking number, my jaw just completely dropped. So with packaging and this unit here, that weighed about 14.8 pounds, where I was just like, what the heck, this is crazy. And it was just unbelievable when you pick this up. I mean, look at this. You can just curl it easily. This is nothing. I don't know exactly what this weighs. Maybe 10 pounds? I don't know. But we're gonna actually weigh it too as well, just to find out. Pretty nice piece here. Let's see, anything else that I can talk about here? The good thing about these drive shafts too is they do help with 0 to 60 launch times, and for the street that's actually pretty good because that's where the vast majority of Camilo 68 Cougar will be going through cruising. It's gonna be nice to kind of rev dudes up on the or dudettes on the streets, and this thing's gonna cut down on that rotational mass. So 0 to 60 times, you do see improvements there. Also high speeds too as well. This is much more balanced than an aluminum and even a steel drive shaft. So there's some added benefit there. And then of course, like I talked about, rotating mass, you know, that's the other ticket there too. I do have a small block Ford motor. It's a mild bolt-ons there, nothing too crazy out of it. The idea was to go through this here, get the car running as soon as I could, and not keep making dumb, stupid little purchases like this that are just gonna ruin my budget. So either way, I'm really happy with this. It's really cool because it has like it's ribbed for your pleasure, but it's ribbed, and you can see the carbon fiber is like what is it, like wrapped? There's like pieces of it wrapped, but it feels really good. It's a pretty solid piece of equipment here. Super happy about it. But you guys, let me know if you have any questions. I can help answer it. And now let's go ahead and weigh this bad boy to see what it comes up at. Any guesses so far? 13 pounds. I'm gonna guess 12.5 pounds. Let's guess that. Let's check it out. All right, guys, here comes the moment of truth. We're weighing this carbon fiber drive shaft from QA1, and I'm gonna set 5 seconds aside to see if you guys can guess how much this thing weighs. Starting now. All right, you guys. So here it is. Again, this is a typical scale that we find in our households. Nothing too crazy there. Hopefully it's pretty accurate. It has been when trying to weigh myself. But let's just get it turned on. And you can see there, set to 0. And here's the drive shaft to get in the way of things. And let's get this bad boy weighed. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys caught that, but let's do it again. £11 pounds. This drive shaft weighs 11 pounds. Holy crap. This is insane, you guys. And again, we're gonna put this bad boy down again, slowly. Let's get it turned on again. Okay. There we go. There you go, folks. 11 pounds. Damn. That is impressive. So we have the stock drive shaft that weighs approximately, the steel one that weighs, 20 something plus pounds, if not more. Again, I don't know what a 68 standard drive shaft weighs. Then we have the aluminum drive shafts that weigh anything between 14, 13, 15 pounds, depending on the length of your drive shaft that you guys have. And then there's this ridiculous thing that weighs 11 pounds with a billet piece on the end here, with a billet slip yoke, and you got a billet end portion over here on this side too. Whoop, right there. With the gosh, I can't think of the damn thing that's there. But even that part there, and this thing still weighs only 11 pounds. Unbelievable! Like, my mind is blown. I just cannot. I wish I had something to measure it against. Like, if I had an old steel drive shaft in the Cougar and I swapped it out for this and experience the massive weight reduction, but I can't. So unfortunately, it is what it is, and it's gonna go in, and we'll go from there. So we're gonna put this thing into the Cougar. The IRS and the 9-inch differential is already in there, and the transmission's already in there. So it's just a matter of slipping this bad boy in and getting the U-joint clamps or the U-joint bolts there on this side over here. And we're not going to tie it up just then. I want to put it in so that we can see where we're going to actually put this e-stop e-brake system for enough room there. But yeah, are you surprised by how much this thing weighs, or what do you guys think? Shout it out in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think it was worth it now that you guys seen this? And again, this, if you guys have Cougars, this could be a huge upgrade for you guys. Or if you guys just have, you know, Mustangs, classic Mustangs, or even the late model Mustangs too as well, they come with 2-piece drive shafts. So I would imagine those things weigh a ton, and you can actually convert that to a single piece like this for your vehicle and get substantial weight savings. I'm ecstatic about this. I'm super excited, and I cannot wait to get this thing installed. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for sticking to the episode today, and I hope to bring you guys some more cool content.